I've been planning this for a long time, pretty much since 2016, the last time I was here, about the time I left. I wanted to come back and I wanted to target buffalo was my big one, and then they have the new property that they're hunting with roan on it, and I wanted that to be my second big one. So it was a buffalo roan hunt with whatever plains game I could get. Showed up, got checked in, got everything situated, sighted in the rifles, sighted in pretty well when we got the right setup, and ready to go. On the next day, we went down to the river and we tracked the buffalo along the river and finally caught up to them. They were on the other bank in the woods, and we sat there and just got on a nice little kind of covered area and sat there and watched the buffalo. Kind of got a situation where we could get the sticks up and I could get my rifle and the sticks kind of leaned up against the rocks and got in a good position and sat there for a half hour. But something spooked them and they all stood up at once.
Okay, there you go, on the shoulder. Just keep on you.
And after about 3.5 hours in and out of the rocks, they found a spot where he actually laid down for a while. Bumbalala said no, he ran up with the sticks up and told me, shoot him in the chest, just right behind the leg there. And so I shot him, and I probably wasted a bullet, but if nothing else, we ensured that he was gone. I actually glassed and found a nice black and a nice copper in the group, and the black was much better, so we started targeting him and walking, I don't know, an hour and a half until we got within about 255 yards, I think. It was about as close as we could get with the wind. The whole herd kind of strung out, and then some blue wildebeest running around in there, kind of coming in and out. We got the sticks up and got in a good position as they were moving, and he said, okay, it's 255, and I was fairly comfortable on the sticks and shot. And
Oof, what a shot. Jeez. That was a great shot. Oh. 250.
Hard to hold steady.
Thank you. We managed to get, I think, what was the closest, probably going to be 250.
250, yeah.
And I asked you if you're up for a 250 shot. And Scott said, yep. And then...
Pretty confident in the rifle, pretty confident in the scope.
Yeah.
A little breezier out here than we thought. A little bit more drift, but it did the job.
Okay, so we had a nice little planned stalk down to the river, and then he was in such thick stuff we had to cross a little a dam. And he came out through an opening about 1.5 feet wide, very narrow, stepping down into the grass, and I had a good shot.
That's the one.
Great shot.
Yeah, there's a acacia bush right in front of him, between him and the grass too.
It's a nice bull, eh?
I think that might be the one I saw the first time.
Well done.
Oh.
Oh, what a beauty, eh? That's a nice nyala.
As we came around, coming out of the trees up here, and he was really down thick in this grass, and I could just see his horns in his head, and he stepped out just enough, kind of moving in, and then he was going to disappear in the grass again. And I got a shot that was a little behind the shoulder and low, but it stopped him, and the female just stood here looking, trying to figure out, I guess, where the shot came from.
And while we're watching the warthog, some zebra came by, and that wasn't one of my primary animals, it was one of my maybe animals. So we went up the hill, and they were slowly moving, and got the stick set up, and he stopped. They got a good set on him, but then he moved again, and it looked like they were going to cross the hill.
Back one. Okay.
Yeah, that's good. Thanks, Ash. Again.
Good stuff. Good teamwork.
Yeah, this one almost gave us a slip.
Yeah.
Well, we stopped to look at warthogs. Here looking for a run. We stopped to look at the warthogs, and
Yeah.
they weren't doing anything. And I don't know, somebody stood behind us, looked up on that hill, and
Next thing, the zebra just came from the left and
yeah,
strolling along that.
nice close, just looking at us, kind of
Yeah.
not too concerned. And
As he moved forward, he took a shot, hit him a little bit far back. Here he is going to the salt. Well done. Beautiful,
like an old scrapper.
beautiful animal.
While we were glassing, Ashley said, "Oh, there's a giant waterbuck sitting under that tree out there."
He's in the eating well. He's in the hole there.
Oh, there you
Not quite yet, but he's,
I can hit him again. I've got get a stomach shot right there.
yeah, okay, go.
That one was good.
And he's gonna go down there.
I think that first shot was really good. That first shot was really good.
Yeah.
I think that first one was pretty spot on.
Well done. Good shot.
We tracked, hunched down, and got 250 yards and got perched on a rock really nice. And he came out and gave me just an absolutely perfect broadside. We had a little protection from the wind with the the hill here, and he was just feeding oblivious, and I had just a perfect line on him. Beautiful animal, nice
old bull.
The females got a little antsy. The male actually took a few steps towards us, and we stopped and got the sticks up. And then it was just kind of a waiting game. And then it was like, they're going to run.
Yeah, he's gonna go down. That was a good shot. He's down.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, what a great finish.
Oh, wow. Oh, he's even bigger than I thought. Wow. Yeah.
He's got the hair standing up on my back.
Turned around the other way and gave me just a perfect broadside at 200 yards or so.
200 yards, stood perfect, and Scott shot him perfectly behind the shoulder.
Yeah, so.
He ran 20 yards and fell over.
Yeah, that's a big boy too. He's a beautiful,
magnificent trophy.
Came around an area with some copies, and we saw some springbuck running, and a really nice copper ran right in front of us over a hill. Ashley glassed him, I glassed him, and Ashley said, "That's nice," and I could actually see that it was nice. That's how big he was.
walking into the wind and just perfect behind the rocks for us to sneak up on him. And luckily the others just kind of meandered out of the valley away and left him alone.
We come over a hill, and there's animals here and there, and some springbok, and I put my glasses up, and I'm like, oh, that common right there looks really nice. 300 yards away, I said, that one has some tall horns, and Ashley looks at him and says, yeah, that's nice.
It's only 250 yards. Cheap. Oh, jeez. Wow. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, just a little bit of a back turn. So what's that? God. Great shot.
Another 250 yards.
Yeah. I'll take that shot.
Yeah, and he is just a fantastic,
Monster.
fantastic, yeah, big, tall. The other three ran off, and he stopped and just gave a perfect broadside. They actually said put the center of the scope on his back. So I did, and it was just a perfect shot.
Yes, Scott.
Cheers.
Yes, to you. Awesome
here's-
Springbok.
Yes, awesome day today.
Lekker day today. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks, Victor.
Yes, thank you, Victor.
Thank you
Nice
for
to see you again,
buying
Lisa.
us tonight.
Same here.
Thank you, Candace.
Thank you, Candace.
Sam.
Thank you. We gave up on the Warthogs for the morning.
Yeah.
Headed to the White Springbok.
Got him, wait, he's gonna go down.
You had the comfort one on today. Ooh, nice.
Yeah, he's a nice ray. And got into your distance,
Yeah, you got in the sweet zone.
got into the 230 zone. He made a great shot right behind the shoulder.
Very, very close to everything. We saw 3 pigs run. And then we went up the hill and he was sitting there, and at first he was just sitting there staring at us. I thought I was going to do a headshot on him. Then he turned sideways and I had a really great shoulder shot.
Left.
So there's this big wildebeest. Everybody says, oh, they've seen this big wildebeest, but they've stalked him and hunted him and nobody can get close. So we decided we're going to go look for him.
In the middle of Bobby's shoulder.
It was a really solid hit.
Yeah,
and he kind of
solid.
staggered around a little bit, dropped, and was like, okay, he's done.
Okay, just be ready, eh? I think he's finished. Well done, Scott. That's a magnificent, magnificent.
The size of those. And just as we got to the tree line behind there, I saw in the shadows a blue running. So I said, hey, Ashley, there's a blue. He put the binoculars on him and he stopped and he did what blue wildebeest do, and he gave us a good look, and you can see his horns just huge.
Yeah, way outside the ears.
Yeah.
You can take your picture.
Ashley Hobson and Eastcape and Karoo Safaris have given me my third experience of a lifetime. Perfect safari with some beautiful trophies and it's everything I expect and even more. I mean, we exceeded my expectations for what we would find.
Yeah.
The quality of the animals, the number of the animals, and just the experience of the hunt. Everything from about the most difficult stalks and wading that we could get to just the opportunity where take what Africa gives you when they run behind you and stop and look and you just take the shot when you have the shot and the chance.